If you're a woman of a certain age, the makeup tricks you learned in high school could be aging you. But fear not, we've gathered some tips that can keep you looking fresh at any age. Regardless of how old you are, preparing your skin properly before you apply makeup makes all the difference. Cleansing rids your skin of any lingering dirt and oil, and following up with moisturizer gives your skin a smooth appearance. Celebrity makeup artist Danica Bedrosian tells Birdie, "A gentle exfoliating wash to remove any dead skin is a good start for having smooth skin before adding moisture and makeup. I love to add moisture all over the face and neck. Once you finish your skincare, give yourself a couple of minutes before you begin doing your makeup." According to Bedrosian, allowing the product to sink in will allow your skin to bind beautifully with your makeup products. Of course, what your skincare should and shouldn't include is individual. However, using a hydrating serum with hyaluronic acid will help your skin look plumper and helps minimize the appearance of wrinkles.
You have to look after your skin because otherwise you start looking in the mirror and not liking yourself.
And needless to say, SPF is a must. A heavy, full-coverage foundation is great for occasions when you expect to be photographed a lot, but on an everyday basis, it can make you look older than you are. In fact, if you go overboard with any foundation, it will look cakey and set in your lines. In New Beauty, celebrity makeup artist Mari Sten advises, don't use too much foundation, just make sure it's applied evenly and cover any sunspots. And add some glow with a slight pink undertone to create a more youthful appearance. Keep in mind that a foundation is supposed to even out your skin tone, not cover every imperfection.
I don't like a lot of coverage. I like to be able to see the freckles in my skin.
You can always go in later with concealer to cover up any spots you're not happy with. And as far as application goes, you can use a sponge, brush, or your hands. Just be sure to apply a very thin layer. Most of us use concealer under our eyes, where fine lines become more prominent with age. The best tip we can give is to only apply concealer in spots you really need it, and under no circumstances draw that trendy huge bright triangle under them. Instead, apply a couple of small dots focusing on any darker areas. Makeup artist Susie Gerstein tells Birdie, "You can minimize creasing, but it is not always possible to prevent it altogether. It's usually nothing a couple of swipes of a damp beauty blender or a fingertip can't fix." If your dark circles are very prominent, consider switching to a concealer with pink undertones. It'll help cancel out the darkness, and you won't have to use tons of it. Baking your makeup is a technique that became popular thanks to the drag community. Makeup artist Tony Ribeiro explained to Refinery29, "It's used as a way of really setting the foundation into the skin so it lasts longer without the need to reapply powder constantly while performing." While you can bake all over your face, people most commonly bake their under eyes to brighten them up and provide a full coverage look. Although baking is an excellent method to set your makeup, the amount of powder that ends up on your face is much higher, so it ends up creasing after a while. Beauty influencer Andrea Ali shares that baking can look good if you're 16 and have no wrinkles because there's nothing to crease on you, right?
If you are 35 and older, I believe that it's just unnecessary.
Instead of baking, apply a tiny amount of setting powder under your eyes and in your T-zone if you need it. Contouring your face has become a crucial part of makeup. However, since the face tends to lose fat as we age, contouring can make the face appear more hollow, aging you in the process. Instead, you'll want to use less product and be strategic with it.
I like to be a little bit more rosy and round because I think at my age it's just, it's more appealing to look less gaunt.
In an interview with She Finds, makeup artist Teresa Novicki reminds us that when it comes to mature skin, less is more. She advises using contour to lift the face, saying, "Do this by placing your contour a little higher and just slightly under your cheekbone. Also slightly above the jawline to lift that area as well. Start off really light and add more if you need to."
You don't want your little deception to be obvious. If you have two big brown stripes down the sides of your face, that's kind of not the point.
And since a lot of people tend to mix contour with bronzer, let's clarify that the two are very different. Contour is cool-toned and it's supposed to mimic the natural shadows of your face. Bronzer is warm-toned, can contain glitter, and is meant to warm up your face by giving you a sun-kissed look. If there's one makeup item that immediately helps you look more youthful, it's blush. Rosy cheeks make you look more alive, but proper blush placement is crucial. Mari Sten instructed new beauty readers on using color to keep their makeup looking fresh, saying, "Use a cream blush in pink and peachy tones on top of the apples of the cheeks and use a makeup brush to swipe it across your forehead. In addition, you can dab some onto the bridge of your nose as well as your eyelids. This will instantly make you look like you spent the day outdoors. While you can use any blush color you like, shades with a pink undertone for fair skin and a purple undertone for darker skin will make you look like you're actually blushing. Plus, it instantly gives your face some fullness in the cheek area, something that often gets lost with age. Just because you have some fine lines doesn't mean you can't pull off a rocker chic messy smoky eye, but you don't want your dark eye makeup to age you. If you want to come out more Debbie Harry than Iggy Pop, first use an eye primer to prevent eyeshadows from creasing in any fine lines. Avoid black or gray shadows, instead reach for a deep brown. It'll warm up your face, and instead of going for thick eyeliner, grab a pair of wispy false lashes that'll lift your eyes and, fringe benefit, hide any potential creasing. A lighter colored eye will instantly make you look younger, so maybe consider giving that a chance. Makeup artist Camara Honert advises highlighting the corners of your eyes for a brighter look, instructing InStyle readers to use a light color shadow in matte or shimmer to the inner corner, lower lash line in the outer corner, and the inner lid. Be aware, though, that glitter can enhance fine lines, so stick to applying glittery eyeshadow in the inner half of your eyes. When it comes to eyeshadows, using creams over powders will enhance your eyes without accentuating your fine lines. But keep in mind that it's best to opt for a long-wearing formula and always use a primer underneath. Apart from switching from powder shadows to cream ones, you should also stick to matte or glowy formulas and avoid glittery ones. Makeup artist Patty Dubroff explained to Good Housekeeping, "Glittery shadows can be very aging. Glimmer exaggerates wrinkles and minimizes contours. If you have a hard time saying no to glitter, be mindful of placement. Instead of putting glittery eyeshadow all over your eyelid, just put it in your inner corner for some extra sparkle." For a similar effect, you can also use face jewels, which, if placed alongside your eyeliner or in your inner corner, make your eyes sparkle and give you a youthful appearance. It's a trend recently popularized by Gen Z, so why not try it? One of our best tips for de-aging your makeup looks is to swap out your powder products for cream ones. Not only do creams look much more natural, making it seem like you're barely wearing any makeup, they also give you a dewy, youthful sheen.
It's like so dewy.
Makeup artist Beth Follert tells Ipsy, "I avoid powders in general and gravitate toward cream blushes, really wanting the skin to look natural, fresh, and hydrated with a healthy glow." Of course, this doesn't mean you can't use powder products, just be aware that they tend to settle into lines, making you appear older.
We are the same age after all.
Really?
Just 6 months between us.
It's best to use them only in areas where you absolutely need them, or in areas you don't have any wrinkles. Luckily, every powder product is available in cream form nowadays, so you can find a creamy substitute for your go-to blushes, eyeshadows, and contour products. Lip liner should be a part of everyone's makeup routine, as it prevents lipstick from bleeding into the lines around your mouth throughout the day. With age, these lines become more prominent, which is why it's super important not to skip this step. Celebrity makeup artist Kristen Cook-Zito explained to Today, "It's very common for lipsticks to gradually blur the edges of your lip and go outside of your lip line. That is specifically what lip liner prevents." Apart from preventing your lipstick from bleeding, lip liner is also great for making your lips more symmetrical, which can become a problem with age. Evening out the lips is something you can do with liner, and when you apply lipstick over it, you can rest assured knowing that the lip liner will help the lipstick stay put. Here's the thing, pulling off matte lips gets harder with age. Not only does a matte finish make your lips look drier, aging you, but it also enhances all the lines on your lips. And, well, with age, there's just more of them. Makeup artist Fiona Stiles explained to Good Housekeeping, "Heavy, opaque coverage with a strong line makes your lips look thin and age you by 15 years. I like sheerer formulas patted on with your ring finger. If you want to avoid the dreaded crusty-lipped look, you can use a lip scrub to ensure you remove any dead skin. After that, go in with a thin layer of concealer, then apply a generous amount of lip balm."
Y'all can't be around here with the dry lips. Not gonna be a good thing.
Once that sets in a bit, go in with your lip liner and lipstick, preferably in a lighter color. Setting spray is the one makeup item besides primer that will help your makeup stay put, and with age, that's the most important thing you can look for. Celebrity makeup artist Gloria Elias-Fayet confirms this to Birdie, saying, "Setting sprays absolutely make a difference in the wear of your makeup. They prolong the life of your makeup application." While the traditional way to use setting spray is at the end of your makeup routine, spray a thin layer after each step if you want to be double sure your makeup is set into place. The final spray will ensure your makeup doesn't look too powdery and returns some of that skin-like appearance back to your now finished face. Setting spray is also great for reviving makeup that's been on your face for a while, and if you ever find that your cream products aren't blending nicely, a spritz of setting spray should do the trick. Not all makeup mistakes are easy fixes, but this one is. Don't just apply and go about your life. Check in on your face and adjust your makeup as the day goes on. This is especially true as you get older and accumulate well-earned wrinkles, where runny mascara or eyeliner can settle in a less than ideal way.
Is your mother about to look younger than you do?
Celebrity makeup artist Steven Salido tells Good Housekeeping readers, toss a few Q-tips in your bag and use it to clean up throughout the day. You'll look fresher and in turn, younger. After all, it would be crazy to expect your makeup to stay perfectly put all day, no matter what miracle primer or setting powder you use. Luckily, with a small makeup bag of essentials, you can always manage a couple of touch-ups when you go to a bathroom. And keep in mind, the less makeup you wear, the less there is to fix. So if you're having a busy day, keep your makeup as natural as possible.